long time ago, in ancient times, when the world was still vast and mysterious, people faced the rigors of nature and the complexities of human relationships daily. Without the technology and knowledge we have today, they found strength in their beliefs, philosophies, and the wisdom passed down from generation to generation. This is a tale that takes us back to those times, where every challenge was an opportunity for growth and every uncertainty a door open to learning. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching the video and for all the support for the channel. Your presence and encouragement are truly important. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thank you and keep watching. Have an amazing day. This story I am going to tell you takes place in a distant era, full of challenges to be explored and filled with uncertainties about life. I hope it serves as a learning experience and helps us absorb positive points that we can carry throughout our lives, helping us to evolve and seek new purposes. So let us dive into the story of Alias and discover how Stoic teachings can transform our lives. Prepare yourselves for a journey of self-discovery and learning. Let the wisdom of the ancients inspire your choices and strengthen your spirit. And by the end of this video, may you feel more connected to your own journey and the values that truly matter. The awakening of Alias. In a small village on the outskirts of Rome, there lived a young man named Alias. He was the son of a humble wine merchant and spent his days helping his father with the family business. Although his life was simple, Alias felt a deep and inexplicable emptiness in his heart. He longed for something more, something that could give meaning to his existence. One morning, while walking through the market, Alias heard about a great philosophical conference that would take place at the Roman Forum. Renowned philosophers would debate Stoicism, a philosophy that, they said, could teach one to find peace and purpose in life. Intrigued, Alias decided that he needed to be present at that event. Upon arriving at the forum, Alias was impressed by the number of people gathered. He managed to find a place from where he could hear the speeches. The first to speak was Seneca, one of Rome's most famous Stoic philosophers. His words deeply touched Alias, resonating in his heart like a long-forgotten melody. True happiness does not depend on external things, said Seneca, but on our own mind and our ability to accept what we cannot change. Alias was fascinated. He had never heard anything so profound. After the conference, he decided that he needed to speak with Seneca. He waited patiently until the crowd dispersed and then approached the philosopher. Master Seneca, began Alias timidly, how can I learn more about Stoicism? How can I apply your teachings to my life? Seneca smiled kindly. Young man, Stoic philosophy is not just to be studied, but to be lived. Come to meet me tomorrow at dawn in Lucius' garden, and I will teach you what you wish to know. Lessons from Seneca. Canine. In the days that followed, Alias met with Seneca every morning. The philosopher taught him the principles of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control, the importance of virtue, and the necessity of accepting the ephemeral nature of life. Alias learned to meditate and reflect on his own thoughts and actions. One morning, Seneca presented Alias with a hypothetical situation. Imagine your father loses all his business and you are left in poverty. What would you do? Alias, after reflecting for a moment, replied, I would accept what I cannot change and look for ways to sustain my family with dignity, without being overwhelmed by the circumstances. Seneca nodded in approval. Exactly, Alias. Acceptance is the key to serenity. Alias began to realize that true happiness did not lie in material possessions, but in how he reacted to life's challenges. He started applying Seneca's teachings in his daily life and gradually felt an inner peace he had never experienced before. The test of life. Not long after, Seneca's lesson became more than a hypothesis. During a violent storm, the family's wine storehouse was destroyed. His father was devastated, and the family faced financial ruin. But Alias, armed with his new Stoic wisdom, remained calm. He began working at a local market, doing any job he could find. Alias did not complain. He understood that suffering was part of life, and that control over his actions and attitudes was what truly mattered. He took care of his father, and gradually, they rebuilt their lives. Alias also continued his meetings with Seneca, sharing his experiences and learning new lessons. Seneca was impressed with his young pupil's progress. "You are on the right path, Alias. Remember, life is a constant journey of learning and growth." The revelation. One day, while working at the market, Alias met an old childhood friend, Lucius. Lucius was now an officer in the Roman army and was passing through the village. They talked for hours, reminiscing about old times and sharing stories of their lives. Lucius told Alias about his own struggles and how he, too, was searching for a greater purpose. Inspired by Seneca's words, Alias began to speak about Stoicism and how it had changed his life. Lucius was intrigued and asked to meet Seneca. The next morning, Alias took Lucius to Lucius' garden. Seneca welcomed them warmly, and together they began discussing the principles of Stoicism. Lucius was amazed by Seneca's wisdom and decided to apply these teachings in his own life. Alias said, "Lucius, you have changed my perspective. I am deeply grateful to you and Seneca. I promise to carry these teachings with me wherever I go." The path of virtue. Years passed, and Alias became a respected man in his community, not for his wealth, but for his wisdom and serenity. He taught the village youth about Stoicism, sharing the lessons he had learned from Seneca. One day, Alias was invited to speak at the same forum where, years before, he had met his mentor. With a calm smile, he stepped onto the stage and looked at the crowd. "Friends," began Alias, "life is full of challenges and uncertainties. But remember, it is not what happens to us that defines our happiness, but how we react to these events. True strength lies within each of us." The crowd applauded, and Alias felt a deep peace. He knew that his journey was just beginning, but he was prepared for any adversity that life might bring, with the certainty that true happiness lies in acceptance and virtue. The legacy of Alias. Alias continued to teach and inspire many others throughout his life. His Stoic wisdom was passed down from generation to generation, and he became a legendary figure in his village. His teachings helped many find peace and purpose in their own lives. Even after Seneca's death, Alias kept the flame of Stoicism alive, always remembering his lessons and applying them in every situation. He lived a life of virtue and acceptance, leaving a legacy that endured for centuries. The story of Alias is a testament to the power of Stoicism and the human capacity to find peace and happiness, regardless of external circumstances. His journey reminds us that true strength lies within us, and that with wisdom and serenity, we can face any challenge that life presents. By following Alias' path, I hope each of you can find inspiration to reflect on your own lives. May we together absorb the principles of Stoicism and apply them in our daily lives, finding serenity amidst chaos and purpose in our actions. Let Alias' story remind us that, despite adversities, we have within us the ability to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Thank you for being here, for supporting the channel, and for being part of this community. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Your presence and support are essential for us to continue bringing stories and teachings that help us grow and evolve.